Welcome back to our channel where we provide valuable insight into the world of real estate. In today's video, we'll discuss an essential part of the home buying process, the home inspection. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or a seasoned investor, understanding the home inspection process is crucial in making informed decisions. All right, so let's dive right into it. So the first thing you want to look out for is, what is the home inspection? A home inspection is a professional evaluation of a property condition. A certified home inspector examines various aspects of the house, including its structural integrity, electrical systems, plumbing, HVAC, and more. The goal is to identify an existing or potential issue that could affect the property's value or safety. All right, so many of you, like I just said, many of your inspectors will be licensed. All right, in the state of Texas, they all have to be licensed. So if you are dealing with anyone like a contractor or electrician or plumber or your friend, they're not a qualified home inspector. You want to get someone who's been certified by TRAC and here in the state of Texas. Other states may have other requirements, but here in Texas, they have to be a certified person. Now, don't confuse certified with being a licensed, for instance, electrician or a licensed plumber. Even though they're a home inspector, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have a license for a specific practice, right? So you may find people out there who are licensed electricians and a home inspector, but a home inspector is doing a holistic look at everything. But very seldom that you'll find a home inspector that has a license for electrician, plumbing, and all the stuff that you can look for in a house, AC, foundations. That will be extremely rare. Home inspectors were trained at the TREC site to look for all things when it comes to understanding home inspection. So that's definitely what you want to look out for. All right. So the next thing you want is, when should you schedule a home inspection? Once you've found a home that's you're interested in purchasing, it's important to schedule a home inspection as soon as possible. Typically, it's done during your due diligence period, which is a time frame specified in the purchase agreement for conducting inspections and negotiating repairs credits with the seller. And in Texas, this is typically called the option period. It is typically 10 days to do a option period. That is a time when you'll be allowed to do your inspection. And if you are, just to understand it as well, the option period gives the buyer the full power of control. At any time within that option period, the buyer can walk away for any reason. Option periods will usually cost you about $100. They usually about $10 a day. During the pandemic, lots of people were skipping option periods because they were just so ready to buy a home. But now I would tell you then I would tell you not to skip it. But now for sure, do not skip your option period. So for your option period, you don't want to wait till the option period to be looking for a home inspector. The minute you know you're truly starting to look for a home, start identifying home inspectors right away. So either ask your realtor or friends or whoever you want to identify a home inspector right away before you even decide on a home. That way, when your option period starts, your home inspector is ready to go and you're not wasting 2 and 3 days doing that. They can move on day one, which allows you time to look over the inspection so you're not losing precious days waiting for it to happen. All right, so identify it ahead of time as quick as you can. All right, so next up, hiring a qualified inspector. Hire a qualified inspector. It's crucial to hire a qualified and good experienced home inspector for the job. Look for inspectors that have a good reputation in the industry. You can ask for recommendations from your real estate agent or research reputable inspection companies in your area. Take the time to read reviews, check their credentials, ensure they're working in a profession who will provide a thorough inspection. This is extremely important for you to do your due diligence when you are hiring an inspector. As you know, just because someone is certified and licensed, not all people are built the same, right? So you want to make sure you get a good recommendation for a qualified home inspector. All right, next, what does the home inspection examine? All right, so during the home inspection, the inspector will assess major components of the property. This includes checking the roof, foundation, walls, windows, doors, electrical systems, plumbing, HVAC, appliances, and more. They will also inspect for signs of water damage, pest, mold, other potential issues. The inspector will provide you with a detailed report highlighting any defects or recommended repairs. So when you're doing this, one thing you'll understand is the inspector will always find something out of compliance in a home. Now, notice I said out of compliance and not wrong. There will always be something in a home that an inspector will find that is not within specifications, right? So it's not necessarily it's a bad thing. You just got to decide from this point, what do you intend to do and what do you want to do with that? So you'll be able to go over in detail with your inspector about this, but not everything that you find out of spec is a problem you have to deal with. All right, moving along. Next thing is attending the home inspection. So while it's not mandatory, it's highly recommended that you attend a home inspection. Being present allows you to ask questions, gain better understanding of the property conditions, and receive direct feedback from the inspector. You'll also learn about maintenance tips and get insights into how to care for your new home. So typically, an inspection is going to be about 4 hours long, just depending on the size of the house, right? What your inspector will tell you just by basing the house, how long it's going to take. So I recommend showing up about 30 minutes before the completion. You don't want to be there for 4 hours. The inspector doesn't want you there for 4 hours because you're not going to be able to ask him questions or her during the inspection. They're going to be walking around the house doing things, and they don't need to be interrupted and breaking their concentration. So show up, about 30 minutes before the inspection is expected to be completed, and then you'll be able to ask all the questions you want, about what's going on. Now, you will not have time to fully read the entire report while the inspector is there. But if something jumps out at you real quickly, you can ask about it. The inspector, you may even ask, hey, what are some of the concerns that you may have here, just right off the top of your head? Because they still got to go home and write the report up, okay? But there may be some quick concerns they'll be able to show you right and then while you're there. So it's a good idea to show up 30 minutes before the ending of it and see what they have to say. All right. So next thing, understanding the inspection report. Once the inspection is complete, the inspector will provide you with a comprehensive report detailing their findings. Take the time to review the report carefully and understand the significance of each item. Some issues may be minor and easily fixable, while others may require further evaluation or negotiation with the seller. All right, so the biggest things you want to take note of course, is any kind of safety concerns or major issues, right? So stuff like foundations, HVAC, and roof. Pay attention to these. They may impact the home value. So anything having to do with those major components, you want to deal with that stuff right away. You don't want to wait too long to deal with that type of issue, okay? And of course, you're going to always have some sort of minor issue. Typically, maintenance recommendations. The hot water heater may need to be drained out. The HVAC system may need to be washed off. Just maintenance that the homeowner should have done and may not have done. Minor issues that you can take care of yourself. But hey, you want to have them checked out because they can turn into issues later. So minor issues is stuff you definitely want to know about. If you don't understand what you're reading, seek clarification from the home inspector. Ask him, hey, can you clarify this for me? I'm not fully understanding what this is reading about. Hey, just don't be afraid. You've paid for it. You probably paid $450, $500 for this inspection. So, get full clarification from the inspector. And of course, evaluate the overall condition of the property and decide what you want to do there. What are you planning on doing? Are you going to ask for something about this? Are you going to take it as is? And just completely evaluate that price-wise to decide, am I going to move forward and how I'm going to do it, right? Now, depending on what the inspector finds, you may want to consult a professional for more information. For instance, if the inspector noticed some cracks in the foundation, now most inspectors are not foundation repair people, so they cannot give you a foundation quote, or not necessarily quote, but a foundation advice. They can just say, hey, there's something of concern. Or they may say something about the AC. Again, they may not even be a licensed AC person, but they will find something on the specification. If you have concerns about this, you can consult someone else or just bring it up to the seller and take it from there. Have them give you some sort of a written documentation that this condition has been repaired. Or you can bring somebody else in, like I said, and have them look at it yourself to determine if it is something you're willing to live with. All right, so just don't leave it up to chance. Now, of course, the last thing you want to do, and probably the most important part here, is you definitely want to negotiate, right? You definitely want to be able to negotiate what is going on. So my recommendation here is negotiation repairs and credits. So if the inspection report reveals significant issues, you can negotiate with the seller to address them before closing the deal. Depending on the circumstances, you may request repairs to be completed, credits towards a purchase price, or reduction in the selling price. Your real estate agent can guide you through this negotiation process. Okay, so everything is negotiable. Everything is negotiable with when you find stuff that's wrong with the house or concerning with the house, and take that into consideration as you're moving forward. Now, of course, it all depends on the market. Seller's market, seller may say, I'm not repairing anything. And that's when you definitely want to consult a professional to determine if it's even worth it to move forward. Again, knowing all of this within the option period will help you. All right. So, in conclusion, guys, the home inspection process is a vital step in the home buying journey. It provides you with thorough assessment of the property conditions, allowing you to make informed decisions and potentially negotiate repairs or adjustments. Remember to hire a qualified inspector, attend the inspection if possible, and carefully review the inspection report. By doing so, you'll be well equipped to make confident decisions as you move forward in your home buying process. All right, guys, thank you for watching as usual. We'll see you in the next video. And if you are in the Texas market and you're looking for a home, reach out to thewoodleyteam.com or thewoodleyteam@gmail.com. We'll be more than happy to help you with your real estate needs. Thanks, guys. See you next time.